Good afternoon, students. In this video we are going to explore a topic in science. It is related to magnetic effects of electric current, and in this chapter we will see how magnetism arises, what is the origin of magnetism, and how electric current can produce magnetic field, and the relation between electricity and magnetism, and all other parameters and factors related to this phenomenon. So magnets, a substance which attracts small pieces of iron and points in north-south direction when suspended freely, is known as a magnet. So we all know something called a compass. A compass can show us the north and south direction. So it is because the earth behaves like a magnet, and magnet is attracted by another magnet. So the bar magnet aligns itself in the north-south direction, thereby acting like an instrument which shows direction. A naturally occurring iron ore, which is called lodestone or magnetite, also behaves as a magnet, but it is a very weak magnet. The ones we see are made from them in artificial way and permanent and strong. So most of the magnets that we get in the market are artificial magnets. Those are not natural magnets. So artificial magnets are created or made from existing metals which are not magnets. They are converted into magnets through some process. Properties of magnet. So all magnets have two poles, north pole and a south pole. Like poles repel each other, and unlike poles attract each other. So this is something you must have observed if you have seen a bar magnet in your hand. If you have two bar magnets, you bring them closer. Sometimes they attract, sometimes they repel. It is because of this second point we just mentioned. They always exist in pairs of poles. This is another property of a magnet. A magnet always exists with a pair of poles. So you will not have a magnet which has only north pole or only south pole. You will have magnets which has both north and south pole, a pair of poles. Repulsion is only sure test for a magnet. So this point is not that important, as the first 3 points are important. Magnetic field. Magnetic field is a field created by the magnet. So surrounding a bar magnet, you have a magnetic field. This magnetic field is not visible to us, but it is present. So whatever comes in the influence of this field, in the range of this field, gets affected by this field. So some substances interact or react with the bar magnet. For example, if you bring iron in this range of field, it will get attracted towards the magnet. But if you bring wood or plastic, this doesn't get affected by a magnet. So no matter how close you bring it to the magnet, it will not be affected. So in this range of field only, the magnet has its influence, and other magnets are affected by other magnets. So magnets affect other magnets. So in the diagram over here you see compasses. So all compasses are free to rotate. Compasses are basically magnetic needles. So in a compass, you have a magnetic needle, as simple as that, which is pivoted at the center, and it is free to rotate depending on the direction of the magnetic field. So this is what we have as a magnetic field. So around a magnet there is a magnetic field all the time, and this field is not visible to us, but it is there. Magnetic field lines are the paths around a magnet along which the north pole of a compass needle tends to move. The magnetic field lines around a magnet can be observed by sprinkling iron filings around a magnet. So what you do is, around a magnet, bar magnet, you take iron filings. So let me just draw a diagram. So this is a bar magnet. Sorry, there is some this is a bar magnet, and here you have north pole and here you have south pole. So what you do is you sprinkle some iron filings on a paper. Assume that this entire thing is on a paper, on a piece of paper. Give me one moment. Alright, let me draw a diagram. This is a bar magnet, north pole and south pole. Now if you take iron filings and you spread it around the magnet, bar magnet, and you tap the surface, so you tap here so that the surface just vibrates. So all these iron filings will arrange themselves. Let me draw on the diagram over here. Arrange themselves in this manner. So earlier they were sprinkled in a random manner, and after you tap the surface on which the bar magnet is kept, suppose this bar magnet is kept on a paper, and there are iron filings, so you tap, and after tapping you will see that all the filings will align themselves in a certain design, and this design turns out to be like this. So this is what we have. So coming back to our PPT, so here at the bottom you see the practical picture of how the iron filings will look around a bar magnet. So this implies that the field lines have a certain design, and this design is as shown at the bottom right diagram. So these are the magnetic fields. Now what we do is we take a current carrying wire, as you see at the bottom picture over here, and around the wire you take a cardboard, something paper or a cardboard, and you notice, alright, before we do this experiment we do the bottom right part. So when we have an electric current passing through a wire, so this is the electric current carrying wire, current is flowing. Now assume that you bring a compass, so the compass will point in a certain direction. If you bring the compass over here, it will point in a certain other direction, so it will be pointing like this. And if you switch off the current, this current, then the compass needle will show a different direction. So suppose this is the north, and this is the south of our earth, and the compass is showing this direction, and we have a current carrying wire over here. The current is off. Now when you switch on the current, this magnetic needle or the compass will show another direction, so it will show in that direction. So the direction shown by the compass changes when the current is switched on, which implies that when the current is switched on, magnetic field is created around the wire. So electric current is a source of magnetic field, in other words. Then we do second experiment, in which we use a cardboard and a square cardboard. Through the center you allow the wire to pass through, and you sprinkle some iron filings, and when you start the current, the iron filings align themselves in a circular manner. So all the iron filings take up a design on their own because the current is flowing, and that design turns out to be concentric circles, as you see in the diagram. These circles are nothing but magnetic field lines. They can be thought of magnetic field lines. So a magnetic field is created around a current carrying wire, and this is what we have. Now the direction of this current has a certain standard. So you take your right hand, curl your fingers around the wire and let the thumb direct the current. So your thumb should point the direction of the current, then your curled fingers will give you the direction of the magnetic field. So magnetic field direction is given by this diagram. So you have a bar magnet like this. The direction is from north, the field line goes and it terminates into south. So this is the direction of the magnetic field. So from north to south outside the bar magnet. So if you have a wire and the current is flowing in this direction, then you allow the thumb to point the direction of the current and the curled fingers will give you the direction of the field. This is the direction of the field. A current carrying loop has an interesting behavior. It behaves almost like a bar magnet. So if you consider the magnetic field around a loop, you will notice that it is almost like a bar magnet. So in a bar magnet, what we have is we have these field lines. So these are the field lines in a around a bar magnet. Now if you have a loop, current carrying loop, this is a current carrying loop, so the current is going in this direction. So the magnetic field looks something like this. Now the diagram to the right is similar to the diagram to the left. The only difference is that here we have a bar magnet and here we have a current carrying wire. So a current carrying wire creates a magnetic field like a bar magnet. So both are equivalent. Both are equivalent. So that was for one loop. If you have number of loops like this, then you can create a magnet, something called electromagnet. Electro means because it is a magnet because of electricity. It is not a natural magnet. So if you have a magnet because of electricity, you call it an electromagnet. So in the diagram you have a number of turns of a wire. You see the current goes in at one end and comes out on the other end, and because of the current, magnetic field is created around this number of turns, and this magnetic field looks very much like the magnetic field you have around a bar magnet. And the more the number of turns you have, the stronger the magnetic field. So there is a relation between the magnetic field strength and the current and the number of turns and other factors, but that is a topic to be discussed when time arises. So here we are discussing only the introductory part. So the strength of the magnetic field depends upon the strength of the current and number of turns of the coil. So now this is a very small and simple experiment. You can take a battery, a pencil cell, and connect the battery to a nail and wind. The wire should wind the nail. So because of this, when you coil the insulated wire in such a manner, make sure that the wire is insulated. I mean, of course you will get an insulated wire only unless you demand for a non-insulated wire. All wires are insulated in general. So you wind that wire around the nail and pass current. When you pass current, the nail behaves like a magnet, and this magnet will be called an electromagnet. Now a current carrying wire, because it has a magnetic field around it, is affected by magnetic field of an external magnet. So if you have an external magnetic field around a wire like this, then it will be affected. So this is simple to understand, because you see, I mean, we all know that a magnet affects another magnet. So if a wire is behaving like a magnet, it will be affected by another magnet. So that is also a point to be taken into account. So in this part, I mean in this introductory part of this topic, we just saw 2-3 things. I will just give you a recap. The first important thing we discussed is a bar magnet. We all know, or we have seen, a bar magnet. It behaves like a magnet and it has a magnetic field around it. Then the next important thing that we saw is how a current carrying wire creates a magnetic field around it. So there is a magnetic field around the current carrying wire. So because there is a magnetic field around it, you can create an electromagnet using electricity. So when you pass electricity, an electromagnet can be created. And the last thing that we saw was because this wire has magnetic field around it, it gets affected by an external magnet. So if you keep a magnet like this, it will be affected. It will be either repelled or attracted depending on the directions of the magnetic field, but it will be affected. So this is what we have. So this is all about magnetic effect of electric current. So let us have a quick questions. What should be the cause of magnetism? The answer is electric current. Electric current creates magnetic field. So inside a bar magnet also, the electrons are moving around the nucleus. So moving electrons are analogous to electric current. If the current increases, how will it affect the magnetic field around it? The magnetic field also increases. So the current increases, the magnetic field increases. Current decreases, magnetic field decreases. That is what we have. Homework. So please make a note of this homework, and I hope this introductory part of this chapter was clear, and we stop here. Thank you for watching.